So hi, we're here today to make some bread for you. We decided we're cooking in whose kitchen?
My kitchen.
Hi guys! So I figured today let's do something a little bit differently. I found this video on my phone. My mom sent it to me a few years back of us making bread in the kitchen, and I figure everyone in lockdown is making bread already. Mother's Day is upon us. Why not kill two birds with one stone, make some bread for Mother's Day? Shall we get started? Let's do it.
When we make our bread, what's the first thing we need? Yeast. Put in a little bit of yeast. That looks good.
So the first thing she puts in here is some active dry yeast. I've got some right here. I can't really tell how much she's putting in, so I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons and hope that that's the right amount. Yeast, thank you very much.
I need you to help me. You hold this. What's this? Salt, that's good. Put a little bit of salt. Okay, will you put it in? Flip. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna more carefully flip some salt into there. I think I'm gonna let's do 2 teaspoons of salt. That sounds about right to me. I don't know why, but we're gonna go with it. All right, what's next?
Okay, a little bit of honey. We'll get a honey bear. Let me squeeze it
Where's
down.
my honey?
Squeeze. Okay.
Unfortunately, we're not using a honey bear today. We're just using Tesco clear honey. I think we're gonna put in about 2 tablespoons of honey. Cool. Delicious. What's next?
And you know what else we're going to put in for a little bit more sweetness? A little bit of molasses. But for our viewers at home, you could use brown sugar or white sugar or any sort of sugar.
Cool. So I don't actually have any molasses, so as my mom says, we're gonna use some brown sugar. Luckily, I've got dark brown sugar, which tastes a lot more molassesy than light brown sugar. My preference is light brown to dark brown, but this is what we've got, so we're gonna use it. I say let's put in 2 tablespoons. I don't know why I'm on a kick of 2s, but we're just gonna stick with it.
What do we put in now? What's that? You gotta talk to our viewers.
Now it's time for some flour. Since we really have no recipe for this, I'm gonna put in 2 cups of flour and see how it turns out. Well, let's see what's next.
Another important job for you.
By the way, how much do we love my sick mullet?
Break bread with the enemy.
Just a little bit. That's lots.
Ooh, next we've got some olive oil. It looks like she only puts about a tablespoon, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. That looks about right. If you have a mixer at home, I'm jealous. Go ahead and use it for this recipe like my mom's using, but I don't have one, so I'm gonna have to rely on these guns. All right, so next we've got some water. I again cannot tell how much we're using in this recipe, so I've got 200 mils right here. We're gonna hope that's enough. If not, we'll add a little bit more water or flour, depending on if it's too dry or too wet. And we're gonna mix it by hand. Let's get started.
Now we just do the hula. Show me how you do the hula. Can you tell us what the bread's doing? Is it going around and around? Do you love your brother? He's a good boy, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna eat you up. And here we are. I think our bread's ready. Oh, okay. You think it's ready? Let's touch it and see. Oh, it feels ready to me.
All right, guys, so I've been kneading this dough for about 10 minutes now. My arms are tired, and unfortunately, that's where the video cuts out. I don't know where the other part of the video is, probably at home on a VHS tape somewhere in a deep, deep drawer. So what we're gonna do, just from my other bread baking experiences, is gonna be put it back into the bowl that we mixed it in. This has been oiled. I've just put some vegetable oil in it, and we're gonna cover it with some plastic wrap and a dish towel, and then we're gonna FaceTime my mom to see how long we're gonna bake it for and at what temperature. Hi. How's it going?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. So I'm making some bread. and I have a couple questions.
Okay.
You probably know better than me. So well, maybe not. I like baking and you love cooking. But so I was wondering how long I should let it rise for. It's just like a little loaf.
A few hours or even overnight if you want.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cold here, so I might not. I might let it rise overnight. I'm not sure. And then once it's done rising, what time and temperature should I bake it at? I think I'm going to do a cast iron, a Dutch oven.
Okay, so around 400 and then drop the temperature down to about 350. And then you want to cook it until it's 200 degrees in the middle, like the actual bread is 200 degrees, and then that way you know it's cooked.
Okay.
Time-wise for the loaf, it just depends on the size of the loaf, anywhere from like 20 to 40 minutes.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay.
All right. Love
See you soon. Happy cooking.
Thanks.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
So we've been letting this rise overnight, as my mom suggested, since it's not that warm here in London right now. We are now going to turn it out onto a lightly floured surface because it's risen a bit. We're going to make the outside nice and taut by rolling it into a ball, and then we're going to get it ready for baking. My oven is currently preheating to 200 degrees, so we're going to bake it at that temperature. I have my cast iron ready to go, and I have some baking paper, which is just parchment paper. Look how nicely it's risen. Looks great. I should also note that I folded the bread over itself a couple of times while it was rising in order to create a better structural formation inside of the bread. So after we've rolled the dough into a ball, we're going to take our parchment. We're going to line our cast iron. I'm going to take the dough ball, place it gently in the cast iron. And to get a nice crack on the top, I'm going to take my knife and put a deep slice through the top. Oh, she's so pretty. All right, I'm going to check the internal temperature. My mom said it should hit 200. She's talking about Fahrenheit, so that'll be about 94, 95 degrees Celsius. Let's check. We hit 95. Beautiful. So this little puppy's cooked inside. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit, slice her up and eat her. I just wanted to get up close and personal with how great this bread looks. Let's hear this sound. Whew. What a lovely sound. All right, guys, it's time for the most exciting part. We're gonna cut it and we're gonna eat it. I've got a little bit of butter on it. That's some seriously good bread. It's like a little bit sweet from the brown sugar. I feel like I have it on my front teeth. It's nice, it's a little bit sweet, but not too sweet. It's a little bit chewy in the best of ways. I did a great job on this. Pat myself on the back. Thanks for the recipe, Mom. Anyways, I'm gonna finish eating this. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. I love you too, Nana. Happy Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to all the other moms out there. I hope you tune in next time. Bye.
Oh, yum. Now show them how you eat it.
It's really good.